In this video here, I'm going to share with you why it is better to be shorter than it is longer when it comes to this specific scenario. So 5 minutes versus 5 days. And what I'm talking about is lead generation. When you first engage with that specific lead. So any inquiries that come through, most often than not, the conversations we have with our clients that come on board is that, hey, Rob, we're getting maybe a lead or two, or, whenever we get a lead, I'm just so busy I don't get to them for, up to 5 days. And in my head, if I were to inquire about a specific product or service that, could resonate with me, and it takes someone 5 days to get back to me, because I want at least information there and then, I've already lost. There's times where people go, hang on, wait, so yeah, when I call them, they're like, where are you calling from? Oh, actually, yeah, sorry, our bathroom renovation. We already had someone out on site. Someone's already quoted us. We're just going through some of the finances our end before we accept their quote. So by the time you've actually come out and made the first touch point, someone's already acknowledged it, been out on site, quoted it, and then just waiting on the client. So when it comes to 5 minutes, what our clients tend to do is when they onboard, they understand the strategy, they have the same scenario, the same issue that they're going through. It takes, now usually it's ASAP, but there's a reason why we say 5 minutes, and that gives them enough time, or at least the lead, to go down another funnel, another booked appointments aspect of it. But at least within 5 minutes, if they haven't booked in an appointment, they'll get an SMS, and that SMS says, hey, thanks for coming through, thanks for your inquiry, we acknowledge it, we accept it, we've got it. But if you want to get an accurate quote, book in a time in our calendar. So by doing that, it gives that buffer for people to at least go, okay, the last call to action I had was to go and schedule a call with, or schedule an on-site appointment for that accurate quote. I'm going to go do that. But say, for example, they don't, and life gets in the way, and they've got to rush out to dinner, or they've forgotten about their partner's birthday, then that 5 minute window, it's like, boom, SMS goes out to them. Hey, thanks for your inquiry. If you want a more accurate quote, here's that call to action link again. So what I mean by getting in front of our leads as soon as possible is if you can increase that first touch point response time versus where most businesses take several days to get back in touch with them. You're not saying that you'll solve the problem there and then within 5 minutes. What you are saying is that, hey, I've acknowledged, I've accepted, I've received your inquiry. We'll get in touch with you very soon. So even just by having that set up, or at least having that acknowledged or taken care of, that first impression that individual has had is like, well, hang on, these guys care. These guys give a shit about us. Yet, even if it is at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, the interesting thing is, our clients speak to us and they say, hey, I had a client, Mary, she's come through and she said, I got an SMS from you at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, why? Anyway, when they explain, they either had humor to it because they were waiting for that response, or waiting for that lead to come through so they can manually SMS. But the point being is, hey, these guys are impressed by how fast and the speed in which we actually acknowledge that inquiry. So by doing that, it, number one, increases the conversion rate because they are seen, or at least perceived to go, hey, this guy cares about us and our inquiry. I'm going to spend a little bit more time with them. And number two, you're already getting them to that next stage, which is, okay, they've submitted their details. We want to get them to a booked on-site appointment. We want to be able to get out there, or at least get that next bit of pertinent information, that personal info where it's their home address. Like usually, and I think within Meta that they're already auto sort of submitted, but name, email, and phone number is usually just pre-populated in that form. The next step is being able to get their personal address. Now, when someone hands over their personal address, their residential address, and where they're residing, it means that they are fully bought in, that they've been able to hand over place of residency, which you don't usually hand over unless you have that sort of intent to get them on board. So, again, there's a number of strategies on being able to further qualify them, but at least in this example, we're able to get them from inquiry over to booked appointment. Now, when I speak about the first impressions, again, I cannot emphasize how much of a missed opportunity this is for home renovation businesses or service-based businesses. But if you can have an automation or a system that acknowledges it really quick, within 5 minutes, already you're ahead of 99% of the competition. So by doing that, you're able to further, and again, we talk about triaging, further triage their request. So, say for example, they haven't booked in an on-site appointment, it means the priority of contacting the lead. So say, for example, they've booked an on-site appointment. The next day, you as a business owner should just call them up and say, hey, really appreciate you not only coming through, but also booking an on-site appointment. Just want to confirm the information. This is the address. This is the time that was set. And is there anything else that we could sort of pick apart or pick your brain before you come out on site so we can be as best prepared? And also, by doing that, again, that's another touch point. That's, really making that customer or potential customer feel like their inquiry is the most important inquiry in the world. Yet, in the back end, you're triaging, you're prioritizing just people who have booked an on-site appointment. So once you've taken care of those leads and those ones who have been further down that buyer's journey, then you call those who haven't actually booked in an appointment and gone, okay, cool. Hey, got your inquiry. Hope you're well. Just wanted to touch base and learn a little bit more about the project that you have at hand. And if you can get them to buy in, sort of build a vision, ask really good questions, you then can have the opportunity to go, well, hey, I've really learned about what you want to do. Let me find a time that best suits you that we can actually get out there and provide an accurate on-site quote. So again, there's another touch point. There's another personalized process to make that customer feel like that their inquiry is the most important. So that there is that. Now, when you talk about enhancing the service capabilities for the business owner, when you get to a point where you can have what's called a triager sitting, or pre-sales sitting in between the inquiry and the actual on-site appointments, the best thing, especially when I do this for our clients, I make perhaps that client seem, or at least appear, bigger than what they are. And if I'm able to build rapport, say for example for Cameron, I go, hey, Cameron, he's a Cronulla Sharks supporter. So if you're in St. George or the Illawarra area, there's a rivalry there. So hopefully if I'm able to add a bit of personality and try to add a bit more nuance to just having, we'll be out on site whenever. It's like they're going to be memorable. They're going to definitely be a lot more memorable, at least when we come out on site. And if we're quoting for the work, the quotation is usually around the same price. Company A that really was just lame versus someone who's actually paying attention and really wanting to learn more about that job, that person who showed a lot more interest is more or less going to get that work. So I hope you understand the theme behind this, but if you can make that customer feel as most important as ever in the world, or at least their inquiry, it's going to go a hell of a long way for you to close and at least increase that conversion. So that's pretty much the video. If I'll go back to it, let me just recap. 5 minutes is better than 5 days. Shorter is better than longer. But just, decreasing that first initial touch point, even if it's the next day that you get on the phone and have a chat with them or have a yarn, that'd be a lot better than most of the businesses out there. But if you have a system that's somewhat automated that leaves you to do what you do best, and that's just to build rapport, learn more about the project, and even, try to give as much value on the phone as possible. When it comes to choosing between company A and company B, company A not really caring about what they want versus someone who shows so much interest in at least my project, I'm definitely going to go with the one who gave so much more time and effort to it. We have a client, his name's Omar, beautiful fella, and he was saying that I probably spend 45 to an hour, maybe even 2 hours. I think at times I spent 3 hours on site with the client. But because I was able to really understand the client's wants and needs and just understand the vision, even give them sort of pushback saying, hey, this can't be done here because of X, Y, and Z. However, have you thought of ABC? By giving that much attention to the project and making them really heard, or at least the customer experience really, really strong, that's why Omar tends to get a lot of the work. All he has to do is just turn up on site, and next thing you know, that they've gone, yep, we've approved your quote. Your quote was 25% more than the one beforehand, but you really got us and you really understood, what we really wanted. So, hope this video is of value. Hope you guys sort of understand the importance of speed to lead, if that's another cliche phrase. Maybe it isn't, but get in touch with your leads as soon as possible and have that first impression really count. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you've got any ideas on other videos that I could probably share, let me know in the comment section below. And if you want more of this, we've got a free community group. You'll have access to myself and my team, and we'll be able to go through some insights about, where your business is at the moment, some of the things that you need to apply to it, so you can hit the ground running in 2025. So hope this video is of value. Look forward to hearing from you. If I don't see you in the school community group, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.